Home CCTV, a smart security measure or a little bit overkill? We want our home to be safe from crime, and with technology advancing, people are turning to installing home CCTV systems. But why? Are we all just getting paranoid? Or is this a sensible way to protect our homes? Today, we're taking a deep dive into the world of home CCTV, what it is, how it works, and whether it's worth the investment. Plus, we'll be talking to a reviewed Checkatrade CCTV installer to get answers to the most important questions. Before we dive into installation, let's take a step back and understand home CCTV, what it is, what it's used for, and whether it's worth the investment. CCTV stands for closed circuit television, meaning it's a private video surveillance system rather than a public broadcast. The first CCTV systems were used in the 1940s, and today they're used worldwide for everything from home security to traffic monitoring and even wildlife conservation. It's been said that London has one of the highest numbers of CCTV cameras per capita, making it one of the most surveilled cities globally. Advancements in CCTV systems has seen home protection as a growing market. Originally designed with security in mind, these systems now provide a range of benefits, including crime deterrence, monitoring deliveries, and even keeping an eye on pets. But how does it actually work? At their core, CCTV systems work the same way. A camera captures footage and sends it to a viewing or recording device. The key difference comes in how they process that footage and how it's stored. There are two main types of home CCTV systems, wired and wireless. Wired systems use physical cables, making them more reliable and higher quality, but they need careful installation to hide cables neatly. Wireless systems, on the other hand, connect to your Wi-Fi and send footage to an app or cloud storage. They're easier to set up, but can suffer from weak signals if the router is too far away. Once recorded, footage is either stored locally on a memory card or central recorder, or sent to the cloud where it can be accessed from anywhere. Many modern systems only record when they detect motion, using either pixel changes or infrared sensors to pick up body heat. High-end models even use AI to tell the difference between people, pets, and passing cars, reducing false alerts. But are these systems expensive? Well, they might be more affordable than you'd expect. A basic single-camera setup can cost as little as £50, offering simple 1080p recording with Wi-Fi connectivity. Mid-range systems, priced between £200 and £500, come with extra features like night vision, motion detection, and cloud storage, making them the most popular choice for homeowners. At the high end, premium setups can cost well over £1,000, with 4K cameras, AI-powered detection, and smart home integration. But saving money on a CCTV system won't help if you install it incorrectly. There are strict laws about what you can and can't record. In the UK, you're free to install cameras on your property, but if they capture public spaces, or a neighbour's garden, as an example, privacy laws apply. It's fair to say that with so many options, getting CCTV right can feel overwhelming. A professional install doesn't just save time, it ensures cameras are positioned for maximum coverage, wired securely, and fully integrated with your home network. To understand why this matters, we're speaking to an expert. This is James Tyler, Managing Director of Blue Dog Technical Services, who has been installing CCTV systems since 2007. James, is there anything that tends to catch people out when they're getting CCTV fitted?
The placement of the camera is the main thing about it. There's an ideal height of a camera which is about 2.4 to 3 metres. Any higher, you'll just get the tops of people's heads. Any lower, it's open to vandalism and it's too easy to sort of steal off the wall.
So, why should someone pay for a professional to install their CCTV?
The challenge is system integration into your existing Wi-Fi. We've got that professionalism and that sort of knowledge to actually get on and do that.
What's more common in homes, wired or Wi-Fi CCTV systems?
In the domestic environment, it tends to be more Wi-Fi. What you've got to be careful of and what you've got to check is that the cameras are in range of your Wi-Fi. It's all very well buying a Wi-Fi camera that you can stick on the back of your house, but if your router's in the front of the house, it's not going to pick it up. If it's a customer, you ask them to check their mobile works on the Wi-Fi. If that's a good indication that the camera will work.
That's a great tip, but what about security? Are there any risks with wired versus wireless systems?
Get the wires out of the way where they could be cut. There's sort of advantages to both really. The wired tend to be more solid in the way that if your Wi-Fi goes down, you've still got cameras, it's still recording. In a domestic environment, we tend to see more Wi-Fi because of running cables around.
If someone is thinking about installing their CCTV system themselves, what costs should they consider?
We generally are a bit more aware where to drill holes. It's very easy to not realise that you're going to drill a hole in through a wall and straight through a pipe or another cable. Today, you're drilling this hole, we drill from the outside in purely because the type of drill we use can burst a brick and it can split a brick on the outside.
Does CCTV need much looking after, or can you just leave it once it's in?
The main thing is keeping the cameras clean. The worst thing you get is spiders, cobwebs, everything else in front of the lens. They do get dirty just from rain and everything else, so once every 3 months or so, or sooner, whenever you like, is just to get out there and clean them. Yeah, spiders are your biggest problem. They like the infrared light at night and they like the warmth because most cameras run a little bit warm. So they like to keep warm and they'll put a cobweb in front of the lens for you.
Are there any legal rules people need to think about before installing cameras?
In a business premises, there's a lot more than a domestic environment, but even in a domestic environment, there are rules of where you can record. There is a very good page on the Information Commission's website about it. It's worthwhile going there and reading it before you decide where you're going to place your cameras and what you're going to record.
So, can someone legally point a camera into their neighbour's garden?
You can, as long as your neighbour knows about it and they're okay with it. You tell them what you're doing and they'll go, okay, it's protecting my garden as well. But if they say, no, we don't want to, most cameras have what's called a masking facility. So you can basically draw a big black box on their garden so you don't see what's going on in their garden. And the same rules on GDPR apply to ring doorbells as well. Just because they're a ring doorbell doesn't mean they're not a CCTV camera.
Are there any qualifications or certifications people should check for when choosing an installer?
We're accredited with a couple of manufacturers for CCTV installation. Myself and my colleagues I use, we've all been in the industry of doing data cabling and cabling in buildings for well over 30 years. It's mainly qualified through experience.
Are there any must-ask questions before getting CCTV installed?
How many cameras do you think I need? You don't need as many as sometimes people try and sell you. You need to decide and ask yourself, what are you actually wanting to do with your cameras? Is it just to deter people from coming near your property, or do you really want to see who they are when they come up to your front door or onto your property?
How long does a typical installation take?
2 to 4 cameras, normally we could do it in a day. If it's going to be a longer job, I tend to put more than one engineer on it so you're not disturbed over 2 days or 3 days.
What's the most common reason people install home CCTV?
Generally on the domestic side, it's always they've either had an incident themselves, they've got problems with their neighbours, which is quite common, or there's been lots of incidents in the area. You know, houses nearby broken into or people hanging around at night. CCTV does work, it frightens people away. If you've got someone who's up to no good, if they're walking past houses, they'll walk away from the one with the CCTV.
So, is home CCTV an obvious choice or overkill? After everything we've covered today, it's clear that for most homeowners, CCTV is a smart and cost-effective way to improve security. Whether you're looking to deter burglars, keep an eye on deliveries, or simply feel safer at home, a well-placed camera system can make a huge difference. And most importantly, getting a professional installer can save you time, stress, and potential mistakes. If you're thinking about getting CCTV for your home, take your time to research the best system for your needs. We have advice and guides over on the Checkatrade blog, so go take a look. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like, drop a comment, and make sure you're subscribed. Catch you on the next one.